Podcast.
Episode 8.
Welcome back to the Brad Boy Podcast. This is your host, Kyle Carrigee, a.k.a. Kylie Watson. Brad, let me just tell you this date real quick. May 6th, 2012. You know what that is?
What is that? What date is that? I mean, is that like a holiday or what?
It's not Cinco.
Oh, so it's the day after Cinco.
Day after Cinco.
5 years ago, the day
5
after
years
Cinco?
ago is the last day LeBron James lost the first round playoff game.
Jeez.
Get the broom out.
Get the
Another
broom
sweep.
out. And, oh, wait. Who they sweep? Just the Pacers.
Yeah.
They were over the 7th seed in the East. No big deal. They didn't have Paul George.
Like when he came back, what was it, game 2 or 3?
Yeah.
And everybody was, it's the Pacers. Still, the first time ever somebody at 25, 26 point lead
Yes.
come back and win.
Yeah.
Without Kyrie, without Love, in the fourth quarter.
Before it's all said and done, and a lot of people hate when I talk about LeBron, he's going to be the most at everything and the first at everything.
You know what people forgot because of the comeback? You don't hear him talking about that. He passed up Kobe Bryant.
Oh, he sure did. And
Third
18
all-time.
less games.
Third all time in playoff scoring.
18 less games. But Kobe's the best scorer. Kobe's the best scorer we've ever seen. 18 less games he passed Kobe Bryant.
Says something.
I mean, like I said, when I want to, all the greatest players that I've ever seen, I have to wait till LeBron retires. Then I'm going to make a ranking. You know, that might be 4 years from now or whatever. But he needs to win a couple more championships to try to pass Michael Jordan. But, I mean, he's 2.
And that's
he's number 2 right now. The second greatest player of all time. We've seen the greatest player of all time play, and we've seen the second greatest player of all time still playing.
Right. And I think, you know, I'm just enjoying it. Like you said, I'm going to wait till after he's done to evaluate it, but I think people get too caught up in, man, just enjoy what this dude is doing.
I know why I hate on him. He's great. Like, he's King James. They'll just give you those nicknames, you know. They'll hand those out, you know.
They gave it to him when he was 17 years old.
Yeah, King James. And hasn't he been coming through?
I haven't remembered a person that could come through, that has come through like that. Born child star and passed, you know, made it through.
You see a lot of child stars like in Hollywood and stuff. They fade out and they put them on that platform and they whether it be drugs or a career just go wrong, you know. LeBron just stayed the path.
I can't remember all of them, but it was like Sebastian Telfair. I remember being on all the magazines in high school.
Oh yeah.
Greg Oden, and there was like 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
Kind of like LeBron, but
yeah.
We're what?
How many seasons has he played? 13 seasons?
13 seasons later, and at least people are talking about him being one of the greatest?
Yeah. The MVP vote came out already?
No, it hasn't. And that's what I was going to say is I don't think LeBron even cares about the season MVP. You know, I would give it to Westbrook, but LeBron in the playoffs is going to... 13 years.
Yes.
He knows for his legacy, it's not... people aren't going to remember, you know... season MVPs. They're going to remember...
Yeah, championship. The 3 championships. MVP, LeBron James, are the 3 championships.
And even though he...
and Harden and Westbrook are never going to get a title.
No.
I mean, I put money down that Harden or Westbrook, unless they
Harden's
join
close.
the same team, I don't think they're ever going to win a title.
Harden's close because I like the Rockets, you know, but that's still a long shot. Westbrook, he has no chance. And and what you see is I think Kevin Durant was that was the best thing for him was to get away from Westbrook. You know what I mean? Because Westbrook dominates that ball so much. I mean, you don't even know, like Steve Adams having a fall-off year.
Yeah.
The cat from Magic was averaging 18, 19 a game as a Magic and was looking good. And it's like, who is that dude?
Yeah,
Nobody.
You don't know. And Durant, who's so good, but he still needs somebody to pass him the ball.
Yes.
He's not like Westbrook dribbling up the floor. And
Right.
I mean, he can get a rebound and take off, but he's going to run the floor. Somebody's going to pass him the ball.
Right.
Westbrook, even though Westbrook, triple double is great and all the assists are great, but he has the ball so much. It's either I'm going to go shoot, hard to the goal and there are 3 or 4 people on me. Oh, then I pass, and
If
that's
I was
all great, but it's not. He's not going to win. He's not going to win in the playoffs. They're going to lose in the first round. it's gonna be over with.
If I played on his team, I mean, it looks like the coach's rule is, once you catch it, find Westbrook again.
Yeah.
Like they're so scared to do what they can do. They're just.
Well, if I had a choice on that Gerard Park, I'd play with Westbrook. But it's almost like Carmelo.
Right.
Westbrook plays a little bit better defense and rebounds better. But you can just run down the floor. Like
right.
you just better play good defense. Like the cat that averaged 6 points and 5 rebounds that plays 35 minutes a game,
right.
Roberson. He's terrible. He can shoot set shots and he can't make free throws, and that's it.
And then he was supposed to be a defensive stopper, and he can't play.
But no, you're not going to stop any of the teams in the West. Their best players. They're going to still score what they average
right
in the playoffs. So, I mean, it's, the Spurs, yeah, they were good. They had Bruce Bowen. He guarded Kobe, but it's, people, and I asked that on Facebook the other day. I said, why is he in the NBA? And everybody said, oh, defense, he plays defense. He's a defensive stopper. Who's he stopping in the West when they play somebody big time? You can't even be in the game with 5 minutes to 2 minutes left in the game. You can't even be in the game. They just automatically foul you because they know you shoot 42% from the free throw line. We'll trade that all day. I mean, that's just, And
that's why I like the Rockets a little bit, is because at any moment, Eric Gordon, and what's the guy they got from, was it the Clippers? Oh, man, what's that dude's name? He got traded mid-season. Drawing a blank.
Oh yeah, me too. I can't think of that guy's name from the Clippers.
Lou Williams. No, from the Lakers.
Oh, from the Lakers. Yeah,
Lou Williams. At any moment, them two can come off the bench, drop 20 a game.
Yes.
Any moment.
Barkley said it after the game or during halftime. He said that Lou Williams, just one of the best scorers in the NBA. Right now, and it comes off the bench.
Young Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, young Jamal Crawford.
Going back to Westbrook, he's kind of like our day and age of Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
And that just shows you how great Allen Iverson was because he at least got to one final playing like that.
Yeah.
It
was so much fun watching Allen Iverson play though than Westbrook. When Westbrook plays hard, he goes 90 miles an hour, but it's like he's hurt. It's like he's hurt when he plays, like he's. It would hurt me if I ran that hard or stopping, jerking. How he hadn't torn an ACL. Well, he did tear his meniscus when old buddy ran in front of him. Patrick Beverly ran in front of him. They got a little heated rivalry. They got a little heated rivalry for sure, but I don't see how he hadn't torn an ACL. All that herky-jerky, right, left, Euro step, with so much force, Yeah,
you see a lot of guys like AI, like Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade. You just see them over time. Their body just falls apart, and what you just wonder if that's going to happen to Westbrook because he's so aggressive.
Yeah,
he takes so much contact. It's like at what point, is he? And that's what's crazy about LeBron is how healthy he stayed.
Be a famous athlete, and you could sell your DNA.
Oh, that's coming.
You know what I'm saying?
It's coming.
You could just bottle up LeBron DNA and sell it.
That'd be sick.
Or Westbrook's DNA, and sell it, That'd be crazy.
I mean, look how far we advanced in our culture. Something like that's possible in the future.
Yeah, they shout out my boy Matt Busbus, who's just come out with a new TV show, Miss Wild Game. It's a hunting / beauty pageant type show. Who's a real deal outdoorsman, but a woman, But they had a dog. His dad had a dog, a hunting dog. Mr. Bill had a dog, and the dog died, and it was one of his favorite dogs. Well, he sent it to China or Japan or something, and they cloned it.
What?
You want to know what they named the dog? George Clooney.
That's good.
It's a real hunt dog. It's like $100,000 they spent to clone this dog, and
matter of time. It's gonna be done. What show is that on? I mean, what channel is that on?
Oh, I don't know. It's on
like A&E or
Wild Game Nation.
Oh, Wild Game Nation.
Matt Busbus, Miss Wild Game. That's a new show coming out.
And then remember how I was talking about LeBron being a game changer, and there's certain guys you go to. I saw this the other day, and I don't think he gets enough credit. Right now, he's the 6th most charitable athlete in the world. And they said he was donating $41 million to send 1,100 students to college.
That's unbelievable.
Dude.
I don't see why more people don't just praise LeBron and love LeBron. I mean, why?
Right.
A lot of people hate that guy. He flops. He's a crybaby. He's this. He's that.
It was funny after I was listening to this podcast and after Carmelo, they came out. Carmelo might be having a baby with a mistress or something, and Lala left him. Well, they were talking like, in this day and age, with the iPhone, with everything, you've not heard one peep out of LeBron's camp or LeBron of something shady.
Something shady, yeah.
Some story coming out.
Stayed the path.
I've never seen a TMZ
Yeah.
connected to LeBron.
Yeah.
And you see him all the time.
Yeah, stayed the path, man. It's hard staying on top. Even Michael Jordan had to step away for a couple years.
Yeah.
He had to step away. Maybe it was his gambling, maybe it was the death of his father, maybe it was this or that, or maybe whatever it was. He had to step away. LeBron's been on that path, Yeah, he's not 6 for 6 on finals, but he's got 3 championships. He's halfway there. He's probably going to get 1 or 2 more. I would think so,
I think, Jordan will probably always be looked at as the greatest, but I think after LeBron retires and a couple, 5-10 years pass, people are going to talk about him. He was the total package.
Yeah,
he was the greatest at every aspect
yeah.
of life, basketball, community, his friend, everything.
I think LeBron could be the greatest point guard of all time if you wanted, the greatest shooting guard of all time if you wanted, the greatest small forward of all time if you wanted, and he probably could be the greatest power forward of all time if you wanted. I wouldn't say center.
I thought you were going to throw that in there.
I mean, maybe, but I could see him, short corner posting up, or if he had to be the best point guard ever to come off screen rolls and throw lobs to DeAndre Jordan, or be a 2 guard for the Pacers like they use Paul George. He would have to work more on his shooting and stuff. But if you really focus in on one of those positions, he could be the best at all those positions. And that's why he's so good. He plays all those positions in every game. So.
Yeah. We got Lil B in the house. He was kind of laughing when Brad brought up LeBron being a center. What you think, Lil B?
LeBron could be anything in Brad's eyes.
The Kang, baby. Drop them wings for the Kang.
Anything.
That's the shirt. Drop them wings for the king. With like a cartoon picture of LeBron.
Yep. Or it could be a cartoon picture of myself with a crown on my head.
I like that one even better.
Drop them wings for the Kang. And me biting a chicken wing.
Yes.
Shout out to all the places with the good chicken wings, man. We coming through.
We're coming soon. I got the official Kylie Watson jersey. So I'm ready to hit the town.
We got the above the rim tournament jersey on Kylie Watson. The shootout.
The royal blue with the 54 number.
Kylie couldn't do it without Shepard though.
No.
Shepard had to come from that taxi cab in his khakis and fucking.
Yeah, I was about to say he was in long pants but still hooping.
Long pants, still hooping.
Matter of fact, drop them wings. Let's go into our first little segment of the day. Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
So last week we were talking about, the comments Phil Jackson made with Melo. And we kind of, I think in some areas we agreed, I guess. And some we saw different. But then after that, after the week passed, Paul George is in the post game after game 1 and 2 calling out his opponent. I mean, his teammates. The first one was C.J. Miles. He passed him the ball and then called him out for taking the last second shot. And then he was calling out Lance Stevenson, who they just signed a month ago, calling him out for his leadership skills. I'm sorry, Paul. This dude hasn't been on the team but a month. What do you think?
I mean, and has Lance Stevenson been a leader on any team he's ever been on?
All I know is he blew in LeBron's ear.
Well, I know this, man. It's hard when you're on the losing end. Right. Some stuff's going to come out. And they just got swept. After the first game, he misses the shot. He passes the ball, gets rid of the ball. If I was him and I saw a double team, I'd have just put it on the ground hard right. I mean, or he did the right play. He passed it to the guy that was wide open. He's in the NBA.
Could you imagine LeBron, who always makes the right play, usually, and he gets criticized for not being a clutch shooter?
LeBron would have been in that situation?
You think at the end of the game he would have been call. I've seen LeBron call players out before,
Yeah.
but it's more y'all not playing at a championship level. Y'all and during the season, when it comes playoff time and it's critical, you never see LeBron calling out his players.
Yeah, never. No.
You know why would you want him to lose confidence?
The greatest player and the greatest teammate.
Right.
You know, yeah, but you know that's going back to what I said. If LeBron would have drove hard right and they double teamed him and he had to pass to the open guy and they shot and missed, they'd have crucified him. Nobody even said nothing that Paul George got off the ball. And then he got to say how bad his teammates should have passed it back to him, and still nobody said nothing. I just don't think he should have gave it up. I think he should have just got his shot up. You know, that's what you're going to say. Don't pass it with 4 seconds left in the game, you know.
But going back to what Phil Jackson did, is there any similarities?
No.
There's not.
From what I said, Paul George and Miles, yeah, one makes a lot more money than the other, but they're on the team. They're equal. They're on the team. Phil Jackson, he's the boss of the team.
Right.
He can say what he wants about his employees.
Right.
You know.
I kind of disagree for the sense that kind of what I said with Phil Jackson, it's more so basketball, what goes on those locker rooms, what goes on in practice, what goes on in the game, all those things, you want to keep that in-house. And I think...
It's like basketball etiquette, the NBA business etiquette. He shouldn't have just came out and said what he said.
Yes.
But then nobody would have ever said anything. I think he was the guy that just...
But everybody knew.
Everybody knows it, but nobody said it.
All the people that needed to know knew.
Yeah.
And they talked about it. So why go public with it? That's what I'm saying. Paul could have went to CJ Miles and said, hey, next time, you need to find me in a closed setting. But once you take it public, you disrespecting CJ Miles, you disrespecting Melo.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be in a family in the same team. Yeah. That's where that's
I can understand that for sure too. I understand looking at it that way. But maybe Melo's outside the family.
Yeah, isolated himself. I can see that.
And, this is just Phil maybe calling him out. I mean, the Knicks are never going to win either. I mean, they're never going to win with Melo. Oklahoma City's never going to win the championship with Westbrook.
They ain't winning unless Charles Sprewell comes back.
Oh, yeah. One of that guy choking coaches and stuff. You know, he went to the front office and choked Phil Jackson. If they
what you said?
What, Phil? You at your house? Oh, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna be over there in a minute. Shout out Sprewell. Everybody wanted them Sprewell rims though when he came out with the Sprewells.
The spinners. Dude played with some spinners.
Yeah.
That's some retros they need to come back out with.
He did play with the spinners.
Yes, on the shoe. You don't remember that?
Yes. Like the LA Gear light up when you hit the heel. Here's the rim spin on the side of the shoe. Crazy.
Oh, man. All right, drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
All right, next I kind of want to get into, since we're coaches and kind of see what your opinion on this. They just came out with, Steve Kerr had that back surgery a couple years ago when Luke Walton had to take over. And now he's going to have to miss, I don't know if he's missing one game or say he misses the rest of the playoffs. How big of an impact do you think that's going to be for Golden State?
Honestly, I don't think that big at all. I just think they're that good of a team that somebody's just got to maybe you'll see a situation where on a certain time out at the end of the game, if the game's close or whatnot, where, Kerr might have drew up that play, that go-to play that he knew that would have worked in this situation versus another coach. But I don't think any of their games are going to be too close.
Right.
Until maybe the finals of the Western Conference. They may lose a game in next round.
Right.
But I don't think Luke Walton stepped in and coached the team to all those wins. I think anybody right now with Golden State coaching is going to have success just because of how good a team they have. I mean, they got 3 or 4 guys that are all-stars on any given year or starters on any team in the NBA. You take all 5 starters from Golden State, they would start on any other team in the NBA. So
top 2 players.
Yeah,
top 2, top 3 players from most teams.
Yeah.
And I agree. I don't think they're going to get challenged till the Western Conference or the finals. But I do think, it could affect them a little bit not having Steve Kerr for Western Conference, for finals, in those moments where,
maybe those good speech words to bring them back together when they may be down or need to make a run. on the road at San Antonio. Or if San Antonio gets out the series, now it's 2-2. You know,
first round.
Who would have thought, man? I thought San Antonio was gonna sweep them.
Yeah, I thought the Grizzlies' time was. I mean, I remember 2-3 years ago, man, they were rolling. I didn't see it this year. I did not see them.
They're right there. They get out the first round. You never know. That's just the thing. They get out the first round, beat the Spurs.
Yep.
You know. So that'll be interesting. It's gonna be a good couple games. Why the King and the Cavs rest. The rest of the first round gotta keep going. You know. But definitely some good series, some 2-2 series, some series that I thought was gonna go 2-2, but went 3-1. You know, so it's just a good time for NBA basketball on TV.
I think I kind of want to see Steve Kerr not coached, and if they matched up in the finals, you'd have an added story with their associate head coach. Used to coach LeBron, Cleveland. What was that guy's name?
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, and you know the joke around the NBA and around the barbershop was. LeBron's coaching that team. Yeah. LeBron's the GM, so I think it would be funny to see.
Oh yeah, Mike Brown stayed in that position and then had to coach against LeBron. With the Warriors, probably one of the definitely one of the best teams in the NBA.
Right.
Shot to beat the King. Well, we know the Cavs are gonna be there. It's either gonna be Golden State or you never know. The West is tough, man. I do give them that. The people's arguments. The West is tough, really tough.
I mean, you got to play who's in front of you. You know, and that's what LeBron
Get those 4 wins.
Yeah.
Get those 4 wins. Move on. 16 wins to win the title.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
Drop them good wings.
We for our next segment, we're gonna kind of happened the other day was I don't know if you saw that, Brad, was when Patrick Beverly got into it with the fan, and then it actually was the son of the minority owner. Or how you say that?
Minority owner, yeah.
Yeah, of the OKC.
See, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
During the game?
No, so you had people probably, jawing at him during the game, and then as he's walking back to the locker room, they got a little clip of him and this guy going at it. And it wasn't anything. It was just a couple words, and then he kind of stepped this way, and then they kind of brought him back. He got fined $25,000 today. For that. It's
the NBA playoffs. Everybody's watching. It's on a microscope. So whenever you do those things, any little thing, NBA is trying to protect. Our players don't act like that. We can interact with fans, win or lose. And you act like that, man, they can stick it to you.
Right.
25,000. He probably made, 50 or 100. He probably made 100-something thousand on that game, and
So lost a fourth of it.
Yeah, lost maybe not that much, depending on how they get paid for the playoffs.
Right. Well, and then I saw his interview after, and I mean, he made a good point. He was kind of saying, I accept the fine, but when is the NBA kind of going to step up and referee the fans? He was like, I died for a loose ball, and I got this dude standing above me saying, F you, F you, F you. He said, I can get hassled.
Yeah.
You can say all this, but I'm a grown man, and if you start making it personal,
yes,
and I kind of agree with that. They're the ones playing. They're the ones that got their adrenaline running, and they're battling. And you're just sitting in the stands. You might have had a couple beers. You're feeling like, oh, this dude can't come into the stands. I'm gonna say whatever I want.
How funny would that be if they could call a timeout, and then over the loudspeaker, the guy goes, "All right, Oklahoma City, or who's the guy I play for? Who's Houston has chosen to use their knock a fan out for the game tonight.
Knock a fan out. That's what they need to do.
Spotlight goes to that random fan that's been jawing at it, bringing them middle of the court, just
Security
bang, slap the piss out of them.
It'll show them. I love that. Bring a little wrestling aspect, a little WrestleMania aspect to the NBA.
You can trade in your review call for a slap of fan.
Yes.
For a slap of fan. That would be pretty funny.
That'd be awesome.
They'd have some people, Tony Allen, Beverly. They'd have some cats slapping fans, man.
Draymond Green.
Thank God Ron Artest is retired.
No, he's still playing.
Oh, he's still
yeah,
playing?
He would use that.
He'd expire his slap of fan.
When the Lakers were tanking the rest of the season, they finally put him in and was like, you got the green light.
You gave Artest the green light?
Yeah, they were trying to tank.
Meta.
Trying to get a top 3 pick.
Yeah, go ahead, Meta. Fired up.
Shoot as much as you want. I love that, dude. Bring wrestling to the NBA. Good idea. We need to market that.
At least during the regular season, since half the games don't matter anyway. You know.
I think a lot of fans would be real quiet.
Yeah.
Real quiet.
You still have the one or two.
The average fan is like 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, first game maybe didn't realize that the slap a fan rule is in effect, just mouthing off.
The NBA should set them up and not do it till regular season. So during the preseason, you know, slap a fan.
Slap a fan night.
And then you have 3 players on the team that are designated as slap the fan.
Yeah.
So you get to pick who you want to slap the fan.
Could you see Zach Randolph slapping the fan with that left hand? Cool. Crow hop.
That's one of the dudes that you see when they're kind of, you know, getting into it in the game. The other guys aren't too ready to jaw at him.
Yeah, they don't jaw at Zach Randolph.
No.
He puts that head down, looks at you like that. You got that crazy look, like that Tyson look. And look, left-handers. I mean, shout out my partner Nicky Fondo. Like when he fought somebody, you didn't know because he was left-handed, and you didn't
know where it's coming from.
Just smoke you. If with the right and smoke you with the left. Like he used to call, put his hands up, he'd say, "This one's lightning, this one's thunder." That left hand was thunder. He's about to bring it to you. Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
Getting our first edition of the long distance phone call. We're calling up your boy, my boy, our boy, Hellion Knight, aka
Boogie,
Lil Boogie, Big Boogie, Lil 5'10" but play big.
He would,
one of White House's finest.
Yep.
Call him up. Dial him on the phone. Let's pick his brain and see what he's doing these days.
What up, bro?
What's up, Bug?
Not much, man. What's good?
Man, I got you live on the podcast, the Brad Boyd podcast.
Nah, man.
Don't let him buck you up, man. It's not live, man. We just record. He gets all hype, man. It says it's live. We just recording, no Boog. What's good, man? Where you at?
Man, what's good, B?
This here, man. We wanted to call you, man. You're our first ever
long distance.
Yeah, long distance dial-in segment that we just came up with. We just call random people, talk hoops.
Yeah.
What's been going on? I know you've been busy this weekend, huh? EYBL or what's going on? Live period or what?
Yeah. I did for Williams this past weekend out there, in Virginia.
How was it, man?
It was a different experience, man. I kind of got. It was my first time actually getting to see the EYBL. You know, I done Adidas. I've done Under Armour for many years. And, you know, you hear so much about EYBL, and it's kind of, okay, I finally got a chance to see it for myself, and I guarantee, I mean, the hype, it is what it is, you know. The hype machine, I think it's the best circuit, hands down, put it like that.
Yeah, they had some really, it's crazy when you go around the country and you, so EYBL, that's dealing with Nike, correct?
Nike. Right.
Yeah, and then you have to, you know, sometimes I know in the past you dealt with Under Armour, different things, and so you're saying that Nike, you feel like Nike is the best circuit right now.
Yeah, not because of the competition. Well, I think competition-wise, the top teams in all 3 circuits are pretty much neck and neck. I mean, they blow it up like that. But Nike, EYBL, from the coverage standpoint, with the cameras, the live feed, the media coverage, and the fact that in most events, you know, you get a lot of coaches there in the live period, but the EYBL, I think I see more head coaches than anything. You know, and all the assistants are at the other 2 events. All the head coaches go to the EYBL. It's pretty much what it looks like.
Yeah, that's good to know that. That's a good point. Yeah, you know that head coach is putting his eyes on you. You got to be the real deal. So that's good exposure, man, for just maybe somebody that's not topping the charts, but on one of those teams can go out there, man, and get seen by those head coaches. There's nothing better than getting seen by the head coach. I know that.
Yeah, oh yeah. One of my young fellas drew some interest this weekend.
Who's that? Talk about him a little bit.
Tyree Smith, 6'8", 2019, you know, forward. Originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He lives out in Dallas, Texas now. Playing with the Houston Hoops, and you know, he had a solid weekend. Nothing spectacular, but I mean, he showed a lot, showcased a lot of potential. And
he's been only playing for 2 years, right?
Yeah, he just started playing. It's the second, yeah.
So, I mean, man, to be able to play up, because he's playing up in the EYBL, right. I mean, that's unbelievable.
So, he's a sophomore and he's playing with the junior team?
Yep.
The 11th graders? Yeah, that's big time.
Yeah.
Man, that's big time. Not too many people do that. Not too many people play up like that at that high level.
Right.
That's big time.
They got 2 other Louisiana kids on that team, right?
Yeah, we got 3 Louisiana kids on that team, on that Houston team. They went 3-1 that weekend, had a strong weekend, man. They lost the first game and ran off a 3-game win streak to end the event with Javonte Smart, of course, the top guard in the state of Louisiana, one of the top guards in the country. And then Greg Williams, rated the second best player in Louisiana. And then of course Tyreek, who's from Louisiana but lives in Dallas. So you got 3 Louisiana kids on one team, man, on a Houston team at that.
That just goes to show you how Houston hoops got a lot of stroke. You can be the best of the best from Texas, or they'll come get you even if you're in Louisiana. Come out there and play with them, travel around with them, and they have a good program for years. Houston hoops has been on the top, of the circuits, the top of AAU basketball. Just really, really, really good organization. I'm glad for those kids, man, to go and have that success. Get out of Louisiana, play for some. Who coaches that team? Who coaches that team? Those guys play for.
Tim Schumacher. The program is ran by Hal Passner.
Yeah.
With your sons, Josh Passner and all that. But the Tim Schumacher is actually he's the head coach of that 17U squad.
Cool. Josh Passner, gotta love that. I could just come watch my dad's AAU team or my dad's AAU program. You got Javonte Smart, Greg Williams, Tyreek Smith, all on the same team.
Right. Correct.
Don't be surprised. Georgia Tech sweeps in, huh? Swoop in, get a pipeline, bug. You be driving to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Nah, boo. You mess with Georgia Tech, they better be flying you to Atlanta, man.
That's more like it.
Georgia Tech's big time. Big Mike, my boy, Big Southall, he went on a visit to Georgia Tech back in the day, and man, he just loved it. From when they pulled up at the stadium, he saw the player parking lot. It just was, Georgia Tech's big time. Got a lot of money, man. Josh Baskin's a good coach, man. I look for them to not necessarily sign any of those guys from the Houston Hoops. We're just climbing around, but he's gonna get some recruits, man. Georgia Tech's gonna be back. Watch.
Oh yeah, I think he will.
Now, Boog, I was gonna text you, but since we're on the podcast, I'll just say it. Man, I saw those Paul George and Kyrie Irving's, the EYBL edition.
Oh,
I gotta give me a pair.
Oh, they nasty, man. I'm about to get a pair of those right now. And the EYBL bags are so sick.
Yes, I saw those. And that's what I think you're talking about with the EYBL. It's just on a different level with
the swag. The swag is better, man.
The
swag
kid,
bags, man. The bags, the shoes.
What's the guy's name? Famous 32, and he does all the. Yep. They had him on the Instagram videos. So the EYBL had him walking around. Did you get to see him?
Yeah, he was there.
That's crazy. That dude became famous, but he's the best at it.
He's the best.
When he just pops up in the room like that, comes behind
in
the shower
bathroom.
curtain, wherever it is. Why you did that boy like that, man? But I wanted to ask you, man, because I follow you on Facebook. Off the topic of basketball, I follow you on Facebook. I see you all over. You're going to different basketball events. You're going to all kind of other events. I want to know from you who's like the most famous person you met, or just you've seen somebody like, God dang, that's such and such. Over the last couple of years, you've been traveling around with basketball. I know you got Mac Main. You're always with Mac Main. I mean, any superstar, you're like, oh my God, that's such and such. That you ran across in the last, of your travels, man.
Man, these last few years, I've been blessed enough to be rubbed shoulders with a lot of them, so it's kind of become a norm to me now. But like I said, Mac Main's family, that's my blood cousin. So we close, and then of course, meeting Wayne. I met Drake and and Nikki, but Wayne was something different than all of them because he's not really accessible like everyone else. He's one of the least accessible, probably famous people celebrities that there is. So meeting him was was crazy in the studio. Actually, while he was doing a recording session and coming out and eating with him, and that was something different.
That's cool. That's cool. So you laid the Mac Man. So he had to slide you in there. That's your cousin. They talk about, hey man, this is my boy Bug.
Yeah. We was down in the studio. We just at the studio watching them skating rap. So we got to kick it in. Yeah, that would probably be the one. And actually, I'll see him again Friday. They come to Dallas Friday. We're gonna go to the show and go have dinner with him afterwards and everything. So. Yeah.
My boy Bug, man. Hey, man, I wanted that team to keep rolling, too, that ABA team, man. But, you remember when they started getting rid of all the best players? We were like, what's going on, man? How can you get rid of the best players? We would have had a squad. Who's the cat that was from Dallas? You remember that cat we had?
Jarrell Hastings.
Jarrell Hastings. That cat was good. We're just going to get rid of him. No, because y'all had no money. They didn't have no money to pay nobody, man. We finally figured it out. I mean, I finally figured it out, but I was dumb.
That's what that was all about.
Yeah, they just ran out of money. They got rid of Bug. They got rid of Hastings. They got rid of Ford from Peabody. All the best players we had, they just ran them off. You know. But sometimes that happens, man, when you're dealing with minor league stuff. But back on topic of basketball, man, what else we want to talk to Boog about, man? Boog, if you had
wanted him.
Go ahead.
Boog, I wanted, local areas, Lafayette area, listening in to the podcast right now, and I want them kind of go through your career, from White Castle, JUCO, professional, and then coaching. Kind of give us a timeline. Let everybody know, who doesn't know your history in basketball and why you always say, don't cheat, don't let the ball cheat you. That's one of my favorite phrases from you, man.
Okay. Nah, it's been a long journey, bro. I mean, I done walked some long miles, man. Like I say, graduated from White Castle High School 2004. On that end, played in 4 state championship games. I never missed a state championship game in high school. Won 1 out of 4. The winningest player in White Castle High School history.
And that's Titletown, right?
Yeah, we call this, Titletown. We do a little something down there.
Yeah, White Castle has won some titles, definitely. Over the years. Boog, if you went Willie DePron, then Hellion Knight, who's the next guard that came out of White Castle that was on on those same lines of being that good?
Man, you had Ty Russ. I would say T. Russ was one, man. We've had Gennaro Vermal, another caliber guard like that as well, man. Jamal Flowers, definitely.
I remember Flowers. So in the timeline, was it Todd Russ? Not necessarily from best to good, but Todd Russ is a little older than us, correct?
Right.
So it was Todd Russ. Then who came after Russ? That was good. One of the best, the best player on the team, the best guard on the team.
Troy Green, who's not a head coach at White Castle High School.
Yeah,
he came after Russ.
Yeah, he was good too. Troy Green was really good.
Yep. So you had him, then you had Donald Wesley after Troy, and then that's when the Willie DePron era came.
Willie was a man. Willie beat us in. We had won 4 AAU state titles in a row, and then we get to like 15 years old, and Bayou Flames. I never heard of them before. They must have just started that year, and they had Willie and a couple other guys on the team, and they beat us that year. Willie was and Willie beat us in the Sunkist Shootout Finals, man. They were rubbing it in my face the other day how they never had lost to STM. Willie was good. They were tough that year. Yeah,
I remember that game.
We were winning by the crazy part about that game. We were winning by 4 or 5 points with like 30 seconds to go, and we ended up losing.
Yeah.
Well, it was the finals, so they go to announce the all-tournament team and Mr. Biddy, the Sunkist Shootout player of the game, and I won the Sunkist. We lost the game, so it was kind of like what happened. But they had voted for it like in the 3rd quarter or 4th quarter.
So they thought we
were going to win. They voted on. They gave it to me. Well, the next Monday of school, I went to the coach's office, athletic director's office, and he sat down with me, Coach Kim Broussard. He was like, "Man, what you think that we should have gave it to that kid Willie DePron?" And I said, well, yeah, they won the game, And he goes, what we're going to do is we're going to give him the trophy, too, and y'all just going to be co-MVPs. So I thought that was kind of cool that they did realize that. I mean, even if they just gave it to him, I thought he was deserving of it. They won the game, But
So, left White Castle, graduated 2004, went to Western Wyoming, Community College in Rock Springs, Wyoming, way up top, man. Actually, they had won 3 games the year before. The coach said he wanted to recruit winners, man. I went in there my freshman year. Battled through, had ankle surgery, returned, and we still returned for the season in time. Won the first ever sub-region and conference title for that school. So we made history there my freshman year. Coach took a bigger job in the Jayhawk conference out there at Colby College in Kansas that next year. So he brought me with him, went there also. We made a little bit of history there. The team that didn't win much, they was talented the year before. He got rid of everybody, brought us in. We made the first ever appearance. We earned the first ever bid into the Jayhawk regional tournament, which the school had never been there before as well. And then that's when my path kind of got a little different from most.
Right.
Because after JUCO, I had some offers, then, had some family issues and things at the time. So I decided that I wasn't going to continue on at 4 years. I was just going to go pro, and I actually went over to Germany at age 19. I was the youngest professional American over in the country at the time, back in 2006. And I went play pro ball overseas. You know, went from Germany to London to Larnaca out there in Cyprus.
Okay.
Oh, and that's kind of where, you know, it hit for me. I signed a D-League contract that following year, got hurt. Had some pro workouts. Was down there in Houston. And then, it's kind of where it ended for me right there, having an injury, tearing both of my feet up, man. I had a surgery on both feet, ended up in a wheelchair. It actually was my 5th surgery at the time, so it kind of ended for me right there as my plan goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think people realize how hard it is for a JUCO player to go pro. I mean, you hear about them. It's like Sean Kemp goes to NBA. They got some other guys, but most guys aren't ready to go play pro ball. So, man, that says a lot about your game. And I think you're right, man. I think you had a bright future. I think the injuries, kind of hurt you, kind of your playing career. But that also set up how we met, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that you came in right at, how many months out of the 2 foot surgeries, and we met at Lamar State, Port Arthur?
Yeah, I probably was like 3 months out. I still couldn't really walk at the time. I was just kind of freshly getting out of walking when I actually came down there. I was 3 months removed from surgery at the time. And like I said, that was after I even tried the ABA thing. That's when I met Coach Brad and everything. That's kind of like the latter end of my playing career.
Right.
And then I met you in 2011.
Yep, I remember that. And like I was telling Lil B and Brad, I mean, not only are we best friends, we brothers, man. We were in both of each other's weddings. And after that Lamar State, I asked you to come help with Southern Elite, and I'm just amazed of where your career's gone. I mean, you took that opportunity with Southern Elite and went to Dallas, and just you're probably the hardest worker I've ever seen.
I said that too.
Yeah.
Just from knowing him and just following him on Facebook, I said the same thing. I'm like, even those times, I mean, you haven't done it lately, but it may not be the same right now. I mean, you had like 4 or 5 kids living with him. He's cooking meals for 6, 7 people. I mean, I love how you had the trays of tater tots, chicken wings. It was always buffet style. It had to be. But that's what he did. That's what he loves to do, And you're on your way, man. Whatever it is, the next step, you closing in on it. I know that.
Nah, no doubt, man. Like I said, that part, that Southern League, when I went in 2011, that was a pivotal point in my life, man. Not just my career. That was a point in my life where kind of I always tell Kyle, him and his dad, his family, man, they basically saved my life, how I look at it. That was the point where, basketball was all I had at one point. It was taken from me, because of, the health thing kind of shook in his word, not knowing which way I was going to go. End up going to the college just because it was something to do at the time to keep me occupied. I know I would never play again, and he brought me in to help these kids. I ain't never coached kids, never even cared. I never wanted to coach nobody who was going to be as bad as I was. I gave people hell coming in. So I was sitting there like, man, I don't know about that. But, I mean, he wanted me to do it, so I'm like, well, I couldn't tell him no. I thought that highly of him, everything. So I'm like, man, okay, I'll get the run. And come to find out, I fell in love with it. Everything that we put together. They showed me the ropes. They put me in the game, showed me how to work, how to deal with these kids and how to help them progress. And, man, it was a lot. I learned a lot doing it, and it just kind of took off from there. We hit some bumps in the road, adversity, and we overcame it. Every time we hit adversity, we always seem to overcome it. And I've never been the type to run from a struggle or a problem. It's kind of like, well, if it's there, let's figure it out. And so that was a point in my life, man, that kind of changed everything for me. That put me on a path of where I really need to be. Because I was still a little rough around the edges, still had a little, little nonsense in me. But at that time when I met those kids, it changed me as a person,
Yeah, it's like we almost always think of it as we pour so much into the kids, and you got to sit back and realize how much them kids affect you, you know what I'm saying?
Or how much you got out of it, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're giving all this to them, but at the same time, you got to
right.
coach. You got to start your career off in coaching, and look how it's done for Boog. It's led to a lot of other things, meeting famous people. it helps when your cousin's Mac Main, but I'm just saying, you got to be Lil Wayne, hang with Lil Wayne. I mean, different people. I saw one event y'all had, Fat Joe passed by, just people all over, famous people all over.
I was texting Boogie, I was trying to get to New Orleans. He was right behind when LeBron James introduced the Hot Boys reunion.
Oh,
in New Orleans.
Wow.
He was on stage
right
for
there on
that.
stage with him.
Wow. The King.
So wait, you weren't starstruck when you saw the King?
Nah. LeBron a bad man, but I'm kind of, basketball don't really.
Tell the truth. You're anti-LeBron. Tell the truth.
Boog, we set you up. We talked about LeBron for about 15 minutes before you got on, so we're trying to set you up as a LeBron supporter. We see all the Facebook posts.
In the basketball world, I'm expected to run into basketball players, so that's kind of not,
Yeah.
over the top. I'm in that world. At some point, I expect to rub shoulders with all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's the King.
But yeah, it's like, man, Brian. It is Brian. That he's right there. That's Brian.
See, he's on the level. He just called LeBron. It ain't LeBron and Bully. It's just Brian. Me and Brian the other day, we introduced the Hot Boys, Big time, man. Big time. I appreciate you taking our phone call, man. I know. Hopefully the person I call next week is going to answer, man. You 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Okay. You call up a guy on the move and he answers the phone. You 1 for 1, Kyle.
Man, you can count on me, man.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get off, me and Brad are gonna go into this little segment, and we're gonna pick our top 5 hip hop rap artists that we're listening to right now. So before we let you go, what's your top 5? It's not the best overall that you think.
Right.
It's just top 5. Who's on your playlist? Artist.
Dead or alive?
It don't matter. Whoever you playing.
Okay. Well, man, I'm a Tupac man through and through. So Pac is 1. I'm not gonna put these in no order, but Pac gonna go at 1, and everybody else just kind of fall in.
Okay.
So Pac, Boosie, Kevin Gates. I've been on Future. I've become a Future fan lately.
Yeah, me too.
Future really sold me over. And Wayne, man.
Wayne, yep.
Wayne. Oh, and I got it's bad because Drake and I might have to take Gates out of that one right now.
No, Drake can be your 6th man.
Okay.
From the 6.
From the 6, baby.
Drake's a 6 man.
I set
from
that
the
one
6.
up.
Oh yeah, you set that up. That was perfect, man.
Drake's so talented, man. I don't know. He got to go in. I might have moved Future on to the 6. That Drake take that starting role. Drake man.
So let's go back to Lil Wayne. My favorite Lil Wayne era, and you need to hit your boy up and see if I can't find it anywhere. The Squad Up mixtapes.
Oh, those were classic.
Can he put that on Spotify or Tidal or something? I mean, I saw he just got with Rock Nation. Like, I'm ready. I want to. Man, I lost all my blank CDs.
Is he still messing with Squad Up? I don't know if he messes with Squad
No,
Up.
that was no. But I'm saying
there was some sick.
I just want to find the old records.
They had some of those guys came out and made a couple.
I thought it was just I didn't even realize it was a group. I just thought
little group Squad Up.
Okay. To me it was
that was classic.
He was on
I was
every
in college
beat.
that year. I was in college and then
Any beat that came out, Wayne got on it.
Wayne killed it.
Hit your boy up for us.
I'm gonna ask Tez about that this on Friday.
Yep.
Man, when I like, man, how can we get a hold of that? I'm gonna ask Tez.
Well, I'm gonna just say my favorite.
Okay.
I'm
No, it's not favorite.
I mean, not favorite. The 5
Who
I
you
listen
to right now?
I mean, well, I listen to Pandora. So I got Lil Wayne Station. I got Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Boosie, Webby. It's together. It's
Together.
Boosie and Webby.
Yeah.
I like the songs. A lot of the songs they have together. Kevin Gates for sure.
Right.
And then jamming. What's that guy's name? Congratulations.
Post Malone.
Post
I like
Malone.
him.
Jamming
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
Post
yeah,
Malone
yeah.
songs. Kind of puts me in a chill
Post
mood.
Malone.
Yeah.
We got to get one white guy on the rap
Yeah,
list. You
come
know what I'm
on.
saying? Eminem's kind of out of date now. But jamming that Post Malone.
I'm gonna go with the top 5 I'm listening to right now. And I got a white guy in there. Might not many people down here listen to him. Action Bronson.
Oh yeah, you got
From
a little
the
flow,
East
man.
Coast,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got a little flow.
And I like him because it's almost like Lil Wayne with the Squad Up. His albums are like 51 tracks, and he just throws out like 70 beats, 80 beats. It's not all hip hop beats, and he just flows so good on them. I'm gonna go with J. Cole,
Oh, I like J. Cole too.
Rick Ross,
Love J. Cole.
Yeah.
Rick
Damn.
Ross, that new album.
Yeah.
Did you see that post?
Hey man, ask
Sean?
Lil Wayne what he thought about Rick Ross talking to Birdman like that. See what he says, man. See if
I think he liked it.
See?
I do. He was like, "He got my back."
Yeah. How did you not like that, man?
Yeah,
So you touch $1 billion, man. Your people starving.
Right.
I'm a go. What if you met Rick Ross? Would that be a star like that moment where you're like, oh man, that's Rick Ross?
I don't know. I like Ross. I love Ross actually. You know, I like a lot of. He represent. He's one of the bosses in the game.
Right.
You know, so he kind of give me that boss vibe when I'm jamming him. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the cigar smoking. You know, that's that Ross. But I mean, I wouldn't be too. I think, you know, he's more accessible than, you know, Wayne. Like I say, Wayne's a giant in the game, man. It's just, I don't know if he had that kind of thing. And also, I looked up to Wayne growing up. That was the hot boy era too. Everybody wanted to be a hot boy. So it's a little different, man.
And to finish out my list, I'm gonna go Big Sean, and then I got a New Orleans guy that I've been listening to a lot, Currency.
Ooh, yeah, Currency.
Yeah. I love Currency, man. And then if I had to do a 6-man right now, I'm with you, Boog. I'm going Future. Because some of these guys I can't put on when I got Lacey in the car. But I put on that edited Future when me and Lacey ride around. She loves Future.
Head bob?
Oh, yeah. I just catch her out the corner of my eye.
Yeah, got a little head bob.
Yeah,
that
Future flow. I love Future. All of a sudden, he just grew on me. And I can't get him out my playlist now.
I won't lie, Boog. Every time I watch your Instagram videos, I'm listening to another artist, and you put on that Future mask off. I turn your video off, and I go put that song on.
Man, that's a hit. That's a major hit.
Yeah.
And I don't do drugs, but I love the song.
Yeah.
Sometimes the
like,
catchiest
I don't
ones.
even do drugs, but I'm listening to Future talk about this, that, and the other every time. It's like I don't do none of that, but it sounds good, I guess.
Who sings the Miley Percocet?
That's
Percocet.
Mascot.
That's Mascot.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
I'll be singing the hell out of it, knowing damn well I don't do no Miley's or Percocet. But
Right.
you be jamming that though.
Me
You
either, when
jamming
it
it.
come on, though, you know, you can't tell. I don't, you know, but you know, I love it.
Hey, Boog, before we let you go, is there any advice you want to give them kids out there today, you know, with the game of basketball, you know, how much you got to put into it? Just give us a little viewpoint on what you think.
Man, first of all, man, discipline, the self-discipline and self-motivation, a lot of kids are lacking. If you can push yourself beyond limits harder than what anybody else can push you, you're destined for greatness. Like I say, this grind ain't to be played with. Like I say, you don't cheat this game, because if you cheat that ball, it's going to cheat you most when you need it. So
That's my favorite quote.
Cause I love, you know, when the kid, you know, getting them up at 5 in the morning, you know, and people think, why are you up? Because other people sleeping, and you in the gym getting better while they haven't even went to school yet. You didn't put in an hour and a half worth of work. But not only that, it helps your game, but mentally it prepares you for something different. When you wake up out your bed when you don't want to, mentally it challenges you to go over the top. You know, I'm not gonna let nobody beat me. If I'm getting out of my bed at 5 in the morning, and I look up with 2 minutes on the clock and it's a tie game, that man on the other side of that court not gonna beat me. Cause I've been getting out of my bed every morning for this. You're not about to beat me just because mentally I'm on a whole other level. So I think that, you know, you go to school, you get your books, because you got, you know, you can't go nowhere without it. And the NCAA is getting stricter and more strict by the year. So you handle that part, then after you handle that part, you go back to the gym, man. You know, 2-3 times a day, you conditioning. Man, it's a lot, bro.
Wait, say that again. How many times a day?
2 to 3.
Not just a week, right?
And that's a day. Yeah, I'm talking about like 6 days. Your off day should be consistent trying to run a 6-minute mile, 5-minute mile. Just say it's your off day. You still got to do something. I'll go put up, make 200-300 jumpers on your off day. And that's what people don't understand. That's when you want to check. That's what it's about. When you want to get paid to do this.
Yeah. You got to work that hard to get paid to play basketball. That's for damn sure, man.
Oh yeah.
And Boog, man, I think that was great advice for sure all around. And look, like we said before we let you go, man, give any shout outs you want to anybody back home, man. Anything, any kind of business you have going, any kind of website or anything like that. Any teams that you're dealing with right now. Just kind of give them a shout out before we let you go, man. And we really appreciate the phone call too, bro.
Okay, thank you, man. Like I said, I'm gonna shout out my hometown, White Castle, Louisiana. I'm White Castle through and through. Just coming off a state championship year, man. All the programs in that area, out in Iberville Parish.
Jatari.
Yeah, big Ty. I just got on him on Twitter for not answering my call. You know, he the real life McDonald's All American. I told him to get his McDonald's pass banned if he don't call me back. That's my boy. Yeah, man. You know that, man. You know, just ain't much, man. Everybody, I rock with everybody. Everybody rock with me. So you know,
I can't say that about Book too, man. Everybody messes with Book, man. He's well liked, that, and that's a good thing for sure, man.
Hey, Book, you know, appreciate you having you on, man. Appreciate you coming on. You know, this is special for me. You know, we started something special with Southern Elite. We always say SC family forever. You my brother. You know I love you, man. I appreciate you coming on, man, supporting us.
Love you too, bro. You know how that go.
All right, brother.
All right, fam. Y'all take care, man. Everybody watch the Golden State Portland game.
About to put it on. Later, ball.
All right, man.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
What a great episode, Brad. Make sure everybody that's listening, everybody on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, go to the iTunes app, review, 5-star, give us a written review, man, and we putting some content every week out for you guys, and we really like some feedback, so make sure y'all go rate it and write a review.
Yep. Episode 8 in the books. Shout out Lil B the DJ, Tikey Tees,
Yeah.
KDAndthestars.com, BradBoyBasketball.com.